I want to take a look again at the story of David and King Saul. Saul obviously was anointed to be king, but so was David. Saul was given great power, but he refused to do as God had said, and so God eventually anointed David to take his place. Saul may have gone crazy, but he was still king and he was still God's anointed one. And until God removed him, David had to wait.
This week we've been talking about the Holy Spirit, how he moves and how we need to let him be free and how we need to reverence him. In David's case, we see another characteristic of the Holy Spirit. He is a helper in the midst of our darkest days.
David had to rely on the Holy Spirit to know how to handle Saul and the men that followed his leading. Saul was still the authority in David's life. Therefore, David refused to speak against him or to harm him, even though opportunities came. David learned how to patiently wait on the Lord to show him the answer through all of his trials of running from Saul and waiting to become king.
We obviously are not running from a mad king or having to hide in caves with renegades, but the trials in our lives often have us feeling like David must have felt, alone, scared, unwanted, and like we may never see the promises of God come to pass. But just like David, we need to come to a place where we use the Holy Spirit to guide us. This is simple, yes, but how often do we find ourselves in a situation where we need his counsel, yet we neglect to call on him?
Today, let's focus less on the trials and more on what the Holy Spirit is saying to us in the midst of the trials. He is still speaking, and we just need to listen. We encourage you to check out the scriptures today. We love you guys, and we'll see you next week.